Wow, I forgot to switch to landscape. I'ma just go ahead and continue with this video. I can't do it. Not today. I have a whole tripod and I'm not even using it. Like, I wasn't ready. So, got my handy dandy lapis. um, yeah, this is an energy check in. Hi, my name is Josie. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome to Eccentric. Hello, Miss Adila. Um, so what are we doing? Well, we are piggybacking off of the October energy check-in. Okay. This video is more so about the energy that we are coming up on between the 14th and the 16th because apparently a lot of us are feeling it now. Hey, Michelle. Um, Man, it's that's all I gotta say. A lot of us are feeling like we gotta really, really, really dig deep and go into hermit mode. There are a lot of people, like I told you, it's a whole hell of a lot of random changes happening in relationships. And it doesn't have to be just romantic, it doesn't have to be just, how do you say it, business. It could be any relationship that you have to something outside of yourself. There are changes happening. People are waking up, getting like tower moments, not necessarily in a negative way unless you're on the other side of the person getting clarity about you, right? But there's these moments of extreme clarity that people are having right now, and they're making moves out of nowhere. They're just waking up realizing, oh my God, I see now. So you have that happening, right? That's what this energy is doing. Yet another beautiful spiritual awakening. Okay, that's happening. So we got lots of ascension symptoms happening in the now. And there's a lot of release happening. Okay, people, places, and things, like a whole bunch of things being released right now. It's literally like a spiritual spring cleaning in your whole life and even in your body. Okay, and it's uncomfortable. It is not comfortable, but it's happening. So anything that's trying to leave your life right now, please let it go. Any thoughts, any feelings, um work on releasing this stuff. Stop what you have to stop doing to handle your business, whether that be getting your house in order physically, um, handling your bills physically, like, because I feel like a lot of us have been doing way too much, just trying to stay relevant, just trying to stay in the game, be adaptable. If this don't work, then I got to do this. Like, spirit is putting this blanket of stillness over everybody. Like, nope, there's some things you need to handle and you need to handle them right now. So there's some other things that you're going to have to stop doing. Okay, there's some people that you're going to need to put on hold or stop seeing completely. You know what your situation is. um Today, October 11th, I can tell y'all one thing: the energy was real high today. Like, straight up spiritual, fifth dimensional, whatever you want to call it, energy was potent. Okay, so just like people can feel the new moons and the full moons a few days before they happen, that's what's kind of happening with this energy. And as I said before, the 14th through the 16th is kind of like some kind of weird pocket of events, you know? Like, right now, what the energy is doing is it's building up to a climax. Okay, there's this climax that's happening, and you can feel it. And then whatever is gonna really pop off, like, for some people, you going through it right now. Okay, but that's not it. It's good. Something else is gonna happen between the 14th and the 16th. Like, this ain't it. And for some of you who are not having these experiences yet, oh, it's coming, right? It, like this time period is calling for us to be super disciplined and super focused, because the freaks are not just coming out at night, they are coming out during the day. Yay, right? So, yeah, that's what's happening. Some of you may be literally like dealing with yourselves in a myriad of ways. Some of you may have old emotional patterns or thoughts coming up right now that you're having to work through. Some of you may be having old, what do you want to say? Medical issues that are being aggravated right now, even though you've done the healing work, or you feel like you've done the healing work, like stuff is resurfacing that you haven't seen in a while. And wow, you're literally being pushed through. There is a literal rebirth happening. And we're in the labor stage, the early labor stage right now is what I'm hearing, okay? And that can be quite uncomfortable. It can have you questioning, why is this happening? Why am I thinking this way? Why is this illness back? Why is this? Why is this? Why is this? But when you get caught up in the whys, that's when you really make stuff hard for yourself. Um, right now is the time to just release whatever you need to release. They say stop trying to do everything. There, oh my goodness. Yes. Okay, so there is nothing you can do about the things you can't do anything about. Like, just let it be. Let it play out and observe, because there's some people holding on to stuff because in the name of responsibility, but it's actually a fear, because um what's happening right now is people are hiding behind responsibility. They're not stepping into their purpose. They're not doing this. They're not following their heart. They're not following their dreams because they have to be responsible. And we're not saying go out there and be reckless or just do things any kind of way, but what is being said is you're powerful enough to let go of these, what do you call them, these titles, these things that you use to define yourself, these terms: mom, doctor, firefighter, yada yada, and it's okay to let them go, to be who you really are. Okay, like, yeah, we're losing the identifiers here. We're losing, who we think we are. And that kind of sucks, because then you go through this period of time where you don't know who you are or what you're doing. And you've been so programmed to be responsible, but to the benefit of who? Like, being responsible to a certain level, if it's not benefiting you, you might want to rethink that, okay? And really define what being responsible means for you. I mean, you're getting a whole lecture on what the word responsible means, and also these titles that we've given ourselves to make ourselves feel important. It's one of those things where you have to sit down and question, well, what if these titles didn't exist? What if we simply just did these things? We did these things because we know how to do them, without the authority being attached to it. What if you were a doctor and you never got recognized? What if you were a police officer and You were never recognized. You weren't given special privileges. You see, you weren't separated from everybody else. They want you to think like that, having the same skills to be of service without the titles, without the authority, without the separation. Get into that. Imagine that, okay? That is going to help some of you. For some of you, you are going to be in such a state of bliss that it's going to be hard for you to even want to function on a 3D level. All I see is kids like skipping and playing and stuff. And the it's, I don't even know what time of day it is, but the colors are amazing. So yeah, some of you are definitely gonna be having these divine experiences, which is great. There's a lot of healing happening. Yeah. Okay, so they just showed me this energy like coming upon you, like if a cloud fell out of the sky and you were walking down the street and you happen to just accidentally walk through this cloud. This energy is going to come on you and just do the most. It's kind of like a transfiguration, but in a mild form. Okay, so just be prepared for that and don't freak out, because that's what's going on for some of you. There's a lot of extraterrestrial, interdimensional, higher being type activity going on. There's a lot of changes in matter and chemical and crystalline structures, not just our bodies, but the rocks, the crystals, the things that we see around us. They're really getting into it. I was not expecting this. Okay, so the things that we see around us are changing. So if you sit in a chair, yeah, some of y'all gonna be having moments, like whole moments, and I will not be available in October. I am not doing no private readings because I can't. I'm dealing with this too. Anyway, y'all are gonna be having whole moments where you swear that the chair that you're sitting in does not feel as solid as it should be, or the thing that you're holding in your hand all of a sudden feels like you can like squish it, even though it's supposed to be hard. Like, this is a good time to practice bending spoons if you're into that. This is a lot of mystical energy that's happening. And you know what happens? Some people, when they go through a mystical experience, they freak out if they were not already meditating and connected to the divine. So yeah, they could be having moments, and there's plenty of light workers on the planet to be able to assist you. I'm just saying. Wow. Okay. They're literally telling you, oh yeah. And I almost forgot that too. Heart activations, the heart flutters, the heart expansion, the warm sensation in the chest. Look out for that. Seeing light language and sacred geometry in thin air. Look out for that. Wow. Some days you may feel uncomfortable in your body, and you're going to have to just rest it out. Get you some snacks and stuff. Some of us are going to be really like going through that spiritual fire energy. It's going to be uncomfortable, and then you'll feel good, and then you won't, and you'll get through it, okay? But you'll make it harder for yourself if you're doing anything more than what you need to be doing. Okay? Like, disengage. Don't be trying to like help people. Don't be trying to help people move and stuff like that. Like, any little thing that comes up that's not super important for you to do, don't even do it. Just become unavailable. because I'm telling y'all right now, you're going to wish you had. It's very important. Water is always, water and breathing literally are the same thing. You know, water and breathing. That's your first line of defense. When you can't do nothing else, hydrate and breathe. The energy is intense. This whole month is lit, y'all. I told you it was. And it's like Russian nesting dolls. It's, you see the big doll and you don't know all of these little dolls are inside of it. And then next thing you take one off and one is revealed. And you take another one off and another one is revealed. Man, this energy is wild because you're dealing with a lot of Scorpio energy. Then you're dealing with a lot of Libra energy, and you're dealing with transformation. You're digging deep. So we're not just finding out truths. We're not just standing in our truth. We're literally getting to the core of a lot of stuff. And boy, that is like, I mean, if you've ever experienced or helped in wound care, especially for like deep wounds, you know what kind of process that is. And it sucks. It's not pleasant at all. Oh man. One moment you may feel very indifferent because you're all up in fifth dimensional energy, and the next moment you may care a little bit too much about everything. Just try not to take yourself too seriously. And for those of you who follow politics and things like that, you are being told to not want something so badly to be one way. Try to like stay in the middle. I don't even know how to explain this. Okay, so like let's say you want whatever person you want to win for president. There's a chance that you could become obsessive about it to the point to where you lose people because you start acting out of character. So I mean, I really don't know what to tell you, but like for everybody in general, don't lean so much to one side because there's this inversion happening, and you're going to need to know what's real and what's not real. I think Neptune is doing some things, okay? Because if you lean too much to one side, they've got this thing that they got me looking at, some fractals moving, and that thing can morph into something that is not what you wanted at all. So yes, it's okay to want something when you're thinking about like duality and sides and things like that. It's okay to want that thing, but really be self-aware and understand when you are like taking it there where you're literally like becoming a monster over it. Because yeah, things are moving and shifting and changing in ways that we are not even used to. So give stuff time. Observe. It's very important to observe before you react, before you even respond, because from what it looks like, things are going to be happening in front of you, and you're going to think, oh, this is what it is, and you may want to respond, but literally like 5 minutes later, there's some new information, and you're like, oh, this is not what that is. You know what I mean? Like, slow down, with everything, and just allow the time for delays, the time for more information. Like, be sure before you execute stuff because there's so many changes. This reminds me of the Doctor Strange movie when they're fighting and stuff, and the whole like landscape is turning on itself, and there's all these gears and stuff, and you don't know what it's gonna look like when it stops. Okay. I'm tired, y'all. I'm like, wow. Um, if you are having paranormal experiences right now and you got spirits touching you and things like that, remind yourself who you are. Okay, return back to your authority. Set your boundaries. This is your world. This is your house. Okay? Um, it's okay to have to reinforce things. It's okay to have to sometimes use tools like crystals to reinforce your thinking and your feeling. Um, because, we have these things to help us on the way to knowing. Okay? Um, what else is happening? This is seriously just about the pocket of events that's going to happen between the 14th and the 16th. And for everybody, it's going to be different. Of course, there are going to be collective events, but there's going to be everybody having their own individual journeys. And it's all going to be happening at the same time. And like I told y'all before, I plan on like trying to keep my phone off or just really not communicating with people during that time. I'm definitely going to avoid seeing anything political, anything that the news has going on during that time. Okay? Um Things are not what they seem at all. Okay? Not at all. Hello, love. So, yeah, yeah, hey, go crazy with the meditation, stay in touch with yourself, ground, do whatever you got to do because you're going to have to hold on to yourself, loves. You're going to have to stand. You're going to have to be okay. And this is not a situation where you're going to have to be okay for everybody else or for the people around you. No, this is you're going to have to be okay for you. You can't be worried about nobody else because everybody's going to be like going through it at the same time. And you don't want to drown trying to save somebody else. You don't want to be outside of yourself during this energy, during these events. You do not want to be caught outside of yourself because it may be difficult for you to return. That's the way they said it, and I'm going to leave it like that. It may be difficult for you to return if you are caught outside of yourself during this time. Okay? So, hey, love. So yeah, get serious about your meditations, prayers, whatever you be doing, and clear some room. Always have space. Always have time. Always have resources that buffer these buffer fields for the unknown, because a lot of the unknown is happening this month, especially between the 14th and the 16th. It's funny because I don't give very much detail about what's happening with the collective during the 14th and through the 16th. Um, it's kind of like a cryptic warning. Very interesting. But yeah, this is your reminder because some of us are already feeling the energy. You got this, as usual. You got this. Love on yourself. Take care of yourself. And allow your soul to drive. Allow your soul to help you through this. Allow the source energy within you to take over and carry you right now, because there's going to be a lot of things happening that you do not understand, that don't make sense, that will trigger you, because that's what they're there for. They're there to trigger you on purpose. But watch what you choose to get mad at. Watch what you choose to allow you to drag yourself into a lower frequency, okay? It better be worth it. You know what I'm saying? But y'all have a good night. I'm about to go all the way to sleep. I'm tired. These kids. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.